Hey y'all, welcome to B's Intuition. I'm B, and I'm back with another General Collective Energy message. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I do cuss and I do tell the truth, so if you don't like either one of the two, then you probably should move on. I've already prayed over the cards and the energy, so we're just going to hop in and get this message. Please remember to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe, especially to those of you that are viewing the channel but have not yet subscribed. You don't want to miss out on the messages that God has for you. Also, please remember to take what resonates only and leave the rest for whoever it's for. Every message will not be your message. So with that being said, y'all, let's hop in. Hope you guys are having a blessed day on today. For those of you that don't know, we do have a Patreon page. It is B's Intuition on Patreon. So you guys are more than welcome to join us. So, somebody has entered into the danger zone, or somebody is about to enter into the danger zone. I really feel like that they've already entered into the danger zone, whatever the danger zone is. So let's just hop in and see what's going on. At the bottom of the deck, we got what you put into the universe, you get back. So something about, somebody, could, like be in the danger zone because, that, like they're projecting, like some type of energy. This could be, they could be in the danger zone when it comes to their thoughts, so whatever, like somebody, is thinking, it could be manifesting. It could be whoever the person is that's in the danger zone, or it could be, like somebody else, so like somebody else, maybe their intuition, could be, like alerting them to something, and so they're, like trying to process, what their intuition is alerting to them, and, it could have something to do with danger, and so because whoever it is, projecting some type of negative energy to cause some type of danger, put somebody in danger, it could be that, coming back to somebody, or it could have, returned to somebody. And I feel like the energy that, could be, returned to somebody, I feel like that somebody, somebody doesn't have to do anything for the energy to return. It's something about, like thoughts. I don't know. Somebody, could find out, like they're stronger, than they appear, or, they're stronger, than what they think that they are. This could just have something to do, with somebody's mental strength, so somebody projecting, like some type of negative energy, when it comes to somebody's mental, but, somebody, could be transmuting that energy, so yeah, like somebody, could be becoming mentally stronger, because of some type of mental negative energy, that's being projected. If that just made any sense. But let's just hop in and see what's going on. Holy Spirit. We got the Dirty Deeds card that flipped over. So something about, somebody doing dirt out here. Somebody playing dirty, somebody's house could be dirty. Somebody's, person could be dirty, Somebody, they don't, somebody doesn't care about their, like their personal hygiene out here. Dirty jobs, dirty deeds, dirty mouth, clean it up. Dirty butt, wash it up. Something about, somebody, projecting into the universe, or projecting. Something about, negative projections. Be aware, of your thoughts at this time. Pay attention to your dreams at this time. Pay attention, like to the words, that are coming out of your mouth at this time. Give me another one. Or there, could be somebody, that, they were playing dirty, doing whatever, they were doing, projecting whatever they were doing, and it could be coming, like back to somebody, like what goes around comes back around type of situation. So, you know, like somebody, you know, committing dirty deeds, you know, and thinking that, you know, like, yeah, like, it's not gonna come, you know, like come back to them, or, you know, like, yeah, I can go steal that purse, you know, and nothing's gonna happen, you know, and then, yeah, like, somebody, you know, like gets their whole home robbed, you know. But we got the evil eye. So somebody, yeah, somebody's projecting, you know, negative energy. Somebody's sending somebody the evil eye. But this is also too, you know, like somebody, you know, like seeing something clearly, you know. This could be, you know, like through somebody's third eye. Something about, yeah, somebody's third eye. I don't know. Somebody, you know, could be trying to project some, you know, like negative energy, you know, so that somebody won't see clearly, you know, that somebody's third eye will close or whatever have you. Somebody, you know, could have blue eyes. But the eyes are the windows to the soul. So there could be somebody, you know, that doesn't like, you know, to, you know, like when they communicate, they don't like, you know, to, you know, like for people to look them in their eyes, you know. Something about, yeah, somebody's soul is dark, or, you know, somebody, yeah, a lost soul out here. So whoever it is that's in the danger zone, yeah, they're a lost soul. I don't know, you know, if people, you know, could be looking at whoever this person is like a lost cause, or somebody, you know, yeah, they looked at somebody, you know, like a, you know, like a liability. But the person that they could have looked at as a liability is really, you know, like an asset. Yeah. Somebody's intuition is on. For sure. So somebody's third eye is open, somebody's intuition is on. And yeah, somebody knows something out here. Somebody possibly, yeah, knows that they're being watched. Somebody knows, you know, like, yeah, like if somebody, you know, knows that, like, yeah, somebody could know that, you know, like somebody's stalking them, watching them, following them. There's a kid, you know, that could have watched something take place, like, you know, like a crime, or, you know, like something that they shouldn't have saw, you know what I mean. Yeah, there's a kid that has seen something that they shouldn't have seen. You know, like somebody, you know, could have saw something, you know, like when they were a kid, you know, and it could have been, you know, like devastating to them, you know. It could have, you know, like kind of changed their life, you know, but like in a bad way, you know. So somebody seeing something as a kid, or something happening to somebody as a kid, yeah, it would cause them, you know, to have some type of you know, like stuff going on, you know, like mentally, you know. Somebody, you know, could have like PTSD, because that's also too what I'm picking up. There is somebody that's watching somebody from afar, for sure. So this could be, you know, like somebody that is across the street from somebody across the town, you know, somebody in a different city or state, or, you know, even country. But somebody is watching somebody from afar. I don't know, you know, somebody, you know, could have, you know, like somebody, you know, that like is near somebody, you know, that's, yeah, like keeping an eye on somebody. Something about, yeah, watching, eyeing. Yeah, something about a camera. There could be a camera, you know, that could be like up in the tree. A camera, you know, that could be, you know, like, yeah, something about a camera. So there could be a camera, you know, that could catch, yeah, that, you know, could catch some type of dirty deed or something, you know, yeah, it's like caught on camera. Why is this dirty deeds here? We got the playing childish games out here. So somebody, yeah, somebody playing dirty, playing childish games. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with a Y. I don't know, somebody, you know, yeah, like asking, you know, like the universe, like, why is this happening to me? Oh, you forgot you stole that old lady's purse. Oh, you forgot, that you lied multiple times, like to get yourself out of a situation. You forgot that you was projecting, like some type of negative energy onto somebody. I don't know. Maybe somebody, they didn't think, that, yeah, like what goes around comes around. But somebody's also, yeah, like being controlled out here. Somebody's trying to control somebody's third eye, somebody's intuition, somebody playing mind games. Yeah, all types of foolishness. Wow. I don't know. Somebody, could have been excited to do so. You know? Excited, to, yeah, play dirty, play games, try to, yeah, like control somebody's third eye, somebody's, intuition. But there could be somebody, that, yeah, could be about to, like be excited. And it could have something to do, with some type of contract out here. Somebody's first word or last name could start with an E or a Z. Something about yes. I don't know. You know how they would say, they say it's yes, but you know how they say yes. Somebody, could say yes like that. Or somebody thinks that something is easy out here. Somebody, could think, yeah, like it's easy to control somebody, or, yeah, like somebody, yeah, like playing mind games, childish games all throughout life, like trying to get by. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be about to receive, like some type of paperwork or some type of documents or something like that. Why is this evil eye here? Somebody, could be evil eyeing somebody because, of some type of information. Or they could be evil eyeing somebody because of what they know. Yeah, we got the apple a day keeps the doctor away. Somebody, could have to go to the eye doctor out here. Something about, yeah, some teachings. What somebody knows. Something about, yeah, like somebody playing games, like, this could be a kid, So, like a kid, like playing games with the teachers, playing, like just playing mind games. I don't know, yeah, like there could be a kid, that, yeah, could be trying to, like play mind games, like with their parents, But, regardless, if the parent, if their third eye is open or whatever, parents, yeah, because parents have been kids before, yeah, they know what's up, so they know when a kid is, putting on, they know when a kid is, like trying to play games, trying to get their way. Or this could be, yeah, just a childish, immature person. But somebody, yeah, could need to go to the doctor for sure. Definitely, yeah, the eye doctor. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with an A. Somebody definitely, yeah, could like throw somebody up underneath the bus. Or somebody, knows what happened, at the bus stop, the bus station, on the school bus, on the Greyhound bus, Something about it, yeah, a bus is significant. But somebody literally, yeah, could have threw somebody underneath the bus. Why is this intuition here? Somebody, could be about to be taught some type of lesson. And it definitely could have something to do with, yeah, like somebody's intuition out here. But yeah, we got angry. So somebody, yeah. Somebody could know that somebody, like is angry with them. Or something about, yeah, like somebody angry about what somebody knows. Somebody, could be angry about, like a vehicle. Somebody, could have to call AAA. So something, could happen to a vehicle. Something about, yeah, energy. Like energy, could be like really, really high at this time. Or there's, like a big energy shift, that could be taking place. But of course, today is official full moon day, you know what I mean? So, yeah, energy could just be really, really high at this time. So be aware, especially, with the Mercury retrograde right around the corner. So there could be a lot of, like misunderstandings, a lot of, traffic delays, yeah, a lot of delays, a lot of, be aware, yeah, of, like signing documents and paperwork, before, like reviewing them, like go review it like 2 or 3 times, before, yeah, you sign the dotted line. Somebody, somebody could need to go to, like AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. Somebody, could, like drink a lot. Something, yeah, something that somebody, possibly knows, yeah, could be making them angry. Or something that somebody else knows could be, like making somebody angry. Somebody, could know that, yeah, somebody's a liar, somebody's a thief, somebody's deceitful. And there goes that full moon. Yep, when I split the deck, we got the moon. July the 18th could be significant, so something could take place by July the 18th. But something is hidden out here. Or something, that, yeah, was supposed to be hidden. Something, that was done behind closed doors. Somebody could be angry because somebody knows it. We got the Queen of Pentacles. So, yeah, full moon in Capricorn. So, there is a Capricorn involved. But something about, yeah, like somebody, like just being focused, like on their money out here. Or focused, on, like their responsibilities. Focused on, yeah, what's important, like, yeah, their priorities. Somebody definitely, yeah, if they haven't gotten all their priorities straight, yeah, they're in the process of getting their priorities straight. I don't know. So whoever it is that entered in the danger zone, yeah, they better be worried about getting their priorities straight. Yeah, we got the Page of Pentacles. So somebody is about to receive some proof, or somebody, could be angry, because, they could have received some type of proof out here. Somebody, could be angry about their finances. So you got the Queen of Pentacles, and then you got the Page of Pentacles. So, somebody, is focused. Somebody's, focused on their priorities. Somebody ain't. Somebody's focused on, yeah, playing dirty out here. There's something about, yeah, a mother and a child. Ooh-wee. We got the Death card at the bottom of the deck. So something could be ending out here. Somebody, could receive some type of proof, or some type of ending. I don't know, like if somebody's going to receive some type of, like proof, this is like a death certificate, So something about a death certificate is significant. That something is ending out here. For sure. Somebody can feel, yeah. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Something about, yeah, the nighttime. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So, yeah, it's the end of somebody, like trying to get their hands on somebody's finances. Or it's the end, of, yeah, like somebody being alone. Or it's the end, or, yeah, like people think that somebody's alone, but somebody's not alone, Somebody's never alone. But somebody definitely, yeah, could have, like went through some type of death, and yeah, like it's going, like through a rebirth out here. Or, like somebody, has already gone, through it. Or, like somebody's going through it as we speak. Yeah, somebody doesn't like it. Somebody also doesn't like that somebody, yeah, like has proved them wrong. Or is proving, like them wrong. We got a King of Wands. So Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Yeah, somebody's a liar out here. Somebody's been lying. Yeah, and then we got the Ace of Swords. So I'm speaking some type of truth. But somebody's been lying. Maybe somebody, is angry, because, yeah, like somebody knows that they're, they've been lying out here. Somebody definitely is angry, yeah. Something about somebody's intuition. If y'all could see this person's head, it's like a light coming out of it. So I don't know. Somebody's thoughts, literally, yeah, could be, like manifesting some shit out here. Somebody don't know how powerful they are, for sure. Or there's people, that don't know how powerful somebody is. Somebody might not even know, like they're doing this, as far as, like their thoughts, or yeah, like somebody, yeah, like their prayers, somebody doesn't know, like, yeah, like when they pray, like, yeah, like, it, like, so somebody's spiritual team, could be, yeah, sound asleep, and then, yeah, like, when somebody prays, yeah, like it's like a alarm clock, all of somebody's spiritual team members, they get up, they start getting dressed because they already know what's up, they already know, they're gonna have to handle some business, whether it be good business or bad business. So but something about, yeah, good business, bad business, all money ain't good money. Somebody, could have proof, that somebody, like, is their twin flame out here. Somebody, could be on a twin flame journey. We got rejected. So somebody's prayers could be being rejected. So somebody, could, yeah, like they could, like receive some type of proof, that like their prayers are being projected or rejected, excuse me. But something about, yeah, somebody's projections, yeah, like they're being rejected. It's not doing, what yeah, like somebody wants it to do. Whatever, they're projecting. But yeah, rejection is your protection. So somebody definitely needs to know that, yeah, rejection is their protection. Somebody, could be angry because, like somebody is rejecting them. Maybe somebody, finds out, that, yeah, like somebody knows some type of truth. That's why they're rejecting them. But something definitely, yeah, could be being mirrored back to somebody. There's also somebody that thinks that they're God's gift to women or men out here. I don't know, if somebody, was, yeah, like, like facing themselves and it's like, yeah, I think it's time to tell the truth. But somebody, yeah, somebody could be being haunted out here. Somebody, could be being haunted, like by, like memories, But it says flashbacks, trauma, side effects. So somebody definitely, yeah, could have PTSD out here. Why is this King of Wands here? Somebody definitely, yeah, could be mad because somebody, yeah, like they don't want to, like deal with somebody sexually, or yeah, like somebody don't want to be friends with benefits with somebody, or yeah, somebody thinks with their beefcake, or their taco, they don't think, with the head on their shoulders, they think with whatever it is that's between their legs out here. But we got outdated. So somebody, yeah, somebody's outdated out here, or yeah, like some information, was outdated, or yeah, it's old news, or yeah, somebody's old news, somebody, could possibly, yeah, is rejecting somebody, yeah, out with the old, in with the new, why would I deal with the old when there's plenty of new fish in the sea, why would I deal with the fish that's been laying on the bank for 10 minutes, about to rot, when I can, get my little fishing pole, my bait, and yeah, throw the rod on in, and yeah, catch me another fish. But it's something about, yeah, like somebody trying to bait somebody in. I don't know, somebody trying to bait somebody in, with like some old news, or, with like, yeah, like some, yeah, playing mind games. Ooh. At a funeral. So something about, yeah, a lost soul. Somebody entering into the danger zone. Somebody, you know, could speak some type of truth at a funeral. Something definitely, yeah, because this is newspapers. So something about, yeah, like somebody's obituary, or something about, yeah, like somebody being on an obituary. Be aware, be aware, be aware. It's all I can say. Or, you know, yeah, just stay alert, you know. But we did do a message about, yeah, something, you know, being blasted all over the news. So, I don't know, somebody, you know, yeah, like something, you know, could have happened in the past, you know, and yeah, like they know, you know, that they have to tell the truth, you know. Or, you know, yeah, they could be, you know, like just telling themselves, like, look, you might as well go ahead and tell the truth. It ain't gonna do nothing but get, you know, like worse. Maybe, yeah, like, you know, like somebody, you know, yeah, like they could be on the verge, you know, of, yeah, like having a mental breakdown or something, you know. And so, yeah, like before they, you know, like literally break, yeah, they could, like, you know, tell the truth. But somebody, you know, could have already saw something, you know, before it happened. Because I feel like with this Ace of Swords, you know, this is like, yeah, like somebody, you know, like seeing, you know, you see how her eyes are closed, you know, so somebody, you know, could have gotten some type of vision of something, you know, before it happened. You know, somebody, you know, yeah, they could have had a dream about something before it happened. My. Somebody possibly knows that, yeah, like they shouldn't have caused some type of conflict. Somebody mad. Somebody's mad. But we got ancestors. Somebody's ancestors' hands could be tied, you know, when it comes to a situation. So somebody's ancestors, you know, could have, yeah, like been told, you know, like by the Most High God, like, don't even get in this. So I don't know. Maybe the Most High God, you know, is the one, you know, dealing with this situation right here. The number 55 could be significant. You could be seeing 55 a lot. We're going to look into the angel number 55 real quick. Angel number 55 is a message from your angels that it's time to let go of the old that is no longer positively serving you and get ready for big changes to take place in your life. Release old doubts, fears, and perceived obstacles and look forward to wonderful new opportunities. Angel number 55 tells you to keep a positive attitude about the new entering your life and keep an open mind as to opportunities presenting to you. Keep in mind that everything happens for a reason and nothing happens by chance. So even though the reasons for the changes may not be clear at this point, trust that all will fall into place for you. These changes have come about so that you can break free from old restraints and constraints and freely pursue your soul mission and life purpose as a spiritual being. The angels ask that you cast off old shackles and constraints, be true to yourself, and live your life with passion and purpose. Be prepared for huge changes when repeating angel number 55 appears. So huge changes are about to take place. Everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens by chance. So something about, yeah, fate. So I don't know. Somebody, you know, could have passed away, you know, and yeah, that was, you know, somebody, you know, could be realizing that, yeah, it happened, you know, like for a reason. Or, yeah, somebody, you know, could be realizing that, yeah, everything happens for a reason. This could have something to do, you know, with somebody, you know, coming in contact with their twin flame, you know, yeah. It's a reason why, you know, yeah, two people, you know, come together. It's a reason why, yeah, like somebody, saw something, before, like it took place, so yeah, so that somebody, wouldn't enter into the danger zone. It's a reason why, yeah, there's spiritual messengers and intuitives, people, that do what they do, to, yeah, alert people, before, yeah, they enter into the danger zone. We got single, sexy, and successful. So we did have that Nine of Pentacles energy. So somebody, could be out here, single, sexy, and successful. Somebody, could be born in 1990. Somebody, could be a 90s baby. Somebody, yeah, they could have rejected somebody, Okay. Good. You're the old. In with the new. Or somebody, could have rejected somebody in the past, and now they see somebody, in this Nine of Pentacles, single, sexy, and successful energy. Yeah. Rejection is your protection, so be aware. But somebody, yeah, they could be, like sending somebody the evil eye, all up in their feelings because, like somebody is single, sexy, and successful. Yeah, somebody, has put to death, their outdated thinking out here. Or somebody, yeah, they could be, realizing, that they need to put, that outdated thinking, to death. We got divine feminine, so you could be a divine feminine, or there's a divine feminine involved. Yeah, somebody's outdated thinking when it comes to like women in general, so yeah, women, this is not the 90s, this is, yeah, 2025. And women, yeah, they know how to be women, and at the same time, yeah, they can take care of what they need to take care of, operating in their masculine energy. But I don't know, somebody, yeah, there's a man that looks at women, like, yeah, you're supposed to be quiet. You're supposed to, yeah, I tell you what to do. Somebody's weird out here, but this whole situation is weird. But yeah, divine feminine knows. Divine feminine knows, yeah, what they know. Whoever this divine feminine is. Or divine masculine. Ooh, we got bondage. So somebody, could, yeah, be in bondage out here. Be aware. Somebody, yeah, getting tied up. Be aware of getting tied up, in somebody else's drama, or that's what somebody did. But somebody, yeah, could be planning, to do something, or yeah, this could have been, like the past. So what goes around comes around, or yeah, what's done in the dark comes to the light. Maybe somebody didn't think, that, yeah, like something that happened in 1980, or maybe 1980. Somebody could be born in 1980, but yeah, maybe somebody didn't think that what happened in 1990, was, yeah, going to, be relevant, in, yeah, like 2025. Somebody could be born in 1986. Somebody could be born February 1990, February of 1986. Somebody could be an Aquarius or Pisces. Aquarius, Pisces, Cusper. We got phone call at the bottom of the deck. So somebody, could receive a phone call. Somebody, yeah, they could, be rejecting, like somebody's phone call. Maybe that's why somebody's angry and mad. But we got pointing fingers and placing the blame. So there could be somebody or some people, that could be pointing fingers, It could be at a divine feminine, placing the blame on a divine feminine. But yeah, whoever's pointing the fingers and placing the blame, yeah, they're guilty. Yeah, whoever these people are, they're crooked. There could be a spiritual restraining order, that could be put in place. But yeah, somebody's angry, somebody's mad as hell out here. Somebody, could be angry and mad as hell, that somebody, like rejected them. Somebody, they could be angry and mad as hell at themselves because, yeah, they could have rejected somebody in the past. And, yeah, like somebody is in this single, sexy, and successful, divine feminine, divine masculine energy. Somebody, yeah, they could be mad as hell about, like some type of old news or some type of, like new information from the past, yeah, like relevant in, like, yeah, the present, Somebody, could be mad as hell about them being thrown under the bus, or somebody could be mad as hell about, like somebody, like trying to get, like a divine feminine tied up in, yeah, like, some drama. Somebody else's drama. Yeah. Divine feminine, divine masculine, you definitely need to know that, yeah, you are not the problem out here. So there could be somebody, that could be mad as hell, because, yeah, like they can't make a divine feminine, divine masculine be the problem. Divine feminine, divine masculine, yeah. I feel like, especially a divine feminine, yeah. There's a divine feminine that, could operate, like in their masculine energy, Maybe they've had to operate in their masculine energy, Maybe, they haven't had, like a man, to help them, to, yeah, like soften up, to operate, in their divine, in their divine feminine energy. But I really feel like that, yeah, even, if divine feminine is operating in their masculine energy, they're still, a divine feminine, yeah. I feel like that they're balanced out here. And yeah, like if, like if there's a divine feminine, that, has PTSD or whatever, yeah, I feel like, they could have, had to, like be at war all their life. You know what I mean? Somebody, could have went to a real war, So somebody, could have been in the military, they could have went to a real war, and so, yeah, it makes sense, why somebody would have PTSD. It makes sense why somebody, could, could have seen a lot of stuff, like growing up or whatever have you. Or, yeah, like somebody, they could have seen a lot of stuff that kids weren't supposed to see growing up. They could have went into the military, and, yeah, had to go to a war, and then, yeah. So, yeah, somebody, I feel like somebody, yeah, played the hand, of cards that they were dealt, and somebody, yeah, they've been playing them, like the, yeah, like they the champion of spades, the champion of poker or whatever, yeah. Yeah, but we got no loyalty, so somebody don't have no loyalty out here. So if somebody, yeah, is trying to, make somebody believe that they're the problem, no, the problem is, yeah, somebody doesn't have loyalty, somebody doesn't, yeah, somebody doesn't, somebody fake out here. Somebody definitely, yeah, changes up quickly. But there is a swift change that's about to take place. Somebody, could be mad as hell about some type of unpaid bills or some type of debt, So somebody, projecting, like their anger, onto somebody, yeah. Somebody needs to know that, yeah, like they're not the problem, yeah. They're not the reason why somebody's taking an L out here. Yeah. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with an L. But we got, yeah, some news. So something, could be on the news. I mean, but I really feel like somebody knows some information. There could be, people, that could be about to find out some information. But yeah, whoever they're trying to make the problem, yeah, they're not the problem. Somebody wanted to play the testing boundaries game out here. And so, yeah, they're finding out, well, yeah, like testing somebody's boundaries does. Somebody definitely is about to take an L out here, for sure. Somebody is in the danger zone. But yeah, we got traumatized. So somebody, yeah, could be traumatized, by some stuff, that, yeah, like took place, like in their past. There could be, like somebody, that, yeah, like could be looking in the mirror, facing themselves and realizing, that, yeah, like they're traumatized and whatever way, shape, form, or fashion, you know, like that they're traumatized. We got a bitter ex. Somebody, you know, could be traumatized by, yeah, like a bitter ex. So somebody, you know, yeah, they could have tried to say that a divine feminine, divine masculine, you know, it's like, it's the problem, you know, but yeah, like somebody, you know, is really, yeah, realizing what the problem is or who the problems are, you know. So yeah, somebody's bitter ex could be, you know, like somebody's problem, you know. Somebody's bitter ex, you know, don't have no loyalty out here. Somebody, yeah. Somebody, you know, it could be a divine feminine, you know, they could be traumatized, you know, by their bitter ex and what their bitter ex did, you know. But we got new news. So yeah, new information. But something about, yeah, like somebody, you know, yeah, using old information, you know. Yeah, possibly, yeah, like trying to use some type of old tactics on the new version of somebody. But somebody, yeah. But I'm also picking up too that, yeah, like somebody knows some stuff, you know, that, yeah, like nobody knows out here. Maybe that's why somebody's angry. But there could be some news circulating about somebody being this single, sexy, and successful energy, you know. Somebody don't like it. Yeah, they're hating, you know. Yeah, but haters are doing what they do best. Hating. Somebody wants somebody to stop talking, stop working. Y'all see how their mouth is covered, you know, their hands are tied. Yeah. Something about, yeah, like somebody's hands are tied. Somebody's ancestors, you know, yeah, their hands could be tied. Yeah, this is like, yeah, well, there ain't nothing we can do about this one. So somebody, yeah, somebody's ancestors are not acting on their behalf out here. Yep. So somebody definitely, yeah, could be going through a family tragedy. And so somebody, you know, could want to tell somebody the truth. So it could be, you know, like a bitter ex that could be going through, you know, like a family tragedy. Or, you know, yeah, the bitter ex is the family tragedy. Somebody could be born in 1977. Something about a robbery. Something about a gas station. Yeah, then we got the forceful bully. So I don't know. Somebody, you know, could like try to forcefully enter themselves. You know, yeah, something about a robbery. Or something about, yeah, somebody could try to forcefully enter themselves into somebody else and not trying to sound, you know, explicit. So somebody, whoever this is, that could be going through a family tragedy, they possibly want to tell the truth. But the only reason why they want to tell the truth is because, yeah, they could want to ask for help. Or, yeah, like somebody, you know, that could be traumatized, you know, yeah, they could be finally, you know, like asking for some help, you know, or, yeah, admitting, you know, that they need some type of help. We got free at last. So somebody, you know, yeah, is about to be free at last of something. I don't know, you know, somebody, you know, wants to ask somebody for help to try to get them out of this situation. Or somebody, you know, yeah, they go to their ancestors and it's like, yeah, please help me. And somebody's ancestors is like, oh, we can't do it. We can't do it. But somebody definitely, yeah, could be about to be free at last. So something about, yeah, this family tragedy could have something to do with somebody being free at last. Somebody could be free at last from some type of bondage, you know. Some type of stronghold, some type of shackles. Something about, yeah, like the past, you know. So, yeah, like the past. I picked this energy up before, you know, like, yeah, like slaves. You know, yeah, we're not slaves anymore. You know what I mean? And technically, you know, if you really want to be, you know, truthful about it, I mean, everybody in America are slaves. Slaves to the freaking tyrant government. But that's neither here nor there. Let me not get started. But yeah, somebody, you know, could be free at last from some type of money spell out here. Somebody, you know, yeah, they could have just freed themselves, period, you know? Free of the past, free themselves of, yeah, like the old. We got begging and pleading. So, I don't know. Somebody, you know, could be begging and pleading, you know, to, yeah, like be free. I don't know, because I don't like this funeral card with this bondage card and somebody, yeah, tied up, begging and pleading. So, ooh, somebody's first, middle, last name could start with a K or an A. Something about, yeah, AK. We got home foreclosure. So somebody's home could get foreclosed on. Somebody, you know, could want to ask somebody for help when it comes, you know, like to their home being foreclosed on. Somebody, you know, could have a lot of stuff going on, you know, and yeah, like they've been acting weird or strange, you know, and so yeah, maybe they're about to, you know, like tell the truth. But somebody's dangerous out here. Somebody's dangerous out here. Somebody, you know, could have, yeah, like asked, you know, so yeah, like somebody, you know, could have told somebody, yeah, I need your help in doing this dangerous, dirty deed job, you know, and yeah, like somebody, you know, literally, yeah, could have helped somebody, you know, to, yeah, do this dangerous job or this dangerous whatever it is. But I feel like there could be people, you know, that could be looking at a divine feminine and divine masculine like they're dangerous. I feel like, yeah, spiritually dangerous. Yeah, danger. Yeah, danger zone. So, yeah, there was a divine feminine and divine masculine that, yeah, is the danger zone. So, yeah, enter in at your own risk, you know. This could be, yeah, energy, you know, projecting, you know, that negative energy. Enter into your own risk. But there could be somebody that could be dangerous, you know, they could be trying to win somebody back. Or somebody done got into a dangerous situation, yeah, and they're trying to get back in, you know. So be aware. Somebody, you know, that, yeah, like somebody has freed themselves from, you know, yeah, could be trying to win somebody back. Whoever this is, they could be, you know, like at a distance. Or something about, you know, like, yeah, there could be a bitter ex, you know, that somebody, you know, could have been freed from already. They could be trying to win, you know, win somebody back. We got toxic as freaks, so somebody's dangerous and they're toxic. There could be some meetings that could be going on, you know, like behind somebody's back, or some meetings going on, you know, like behind somebody's behind some closed doors out here. I don't know. Something's going on behind closed doors. Ooh. I don't like it. Y'all be careful. Something about, yeah, somebody's hands are tied when it comes, you know, like to some type of meetings, or, you know, yeah, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, like somebody's ancestors, yeah, like they can't move on somebody's behalf. I don't even feel like they would if they could. This is like, yeah, like going, yeah, I don't know if it was a message on YouTube or Patreon when, yeah, like somebody's ancestors, you know, was, yeah, like teaching them a lesson, whoever them are. There's also somebody, yeah, they're no longer in denial out here. We got a mother, so there could be a mother involved. First, you know, if you're, you know, a divine feminine, you know, you could be a mother. Somebody, you know, yeah, they could have, like, you know, like rejected, you know, like, yeah, like some teachings, you know, or yeah, like rejected some type of advice out here. Yep. But somebody definitely, yeah, could be feeling worried, you know. They could be feeling dread. They could be feeling nervous out here. Yeah, something about, yeah, like the past. Somebody's mother, you know, could be in that nervous energy. But yeah, somebody definitely is embarrassed by what they did. This could be a mother, you know, or somebody's baby mother. But yeah, somebody's embarrassed by what they did out here. This is also too, you know, yeah, like somebody, like holding themselves accountable, you know, like for the past. But somebody, yeah, somebody's embarrassed by what they did. It could be somebody's mama that done got involved in some stuff. So we got look over it before you sign. So yeah, going back to, yeah, looking over documents and paperwork before you sign it. Because yeah, like somebody, you know, could be trying to trap somebody. I don't know. Something about, yeah, some life insurance. Is what I'm picking up. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be finally ready to tell the truth. I don't know. Somebody's mother, you know. So somebody's mother, you know, going back to, yeah, somebody going through a family tragedy. It could have something to do, you know, like with their mother. But yeah, somebody definitely is about to learn a lesson out here. Whoever this is that's embarrassed by what they did, for somebody, yeah, it could be somebody's mama. Somebody, whoever this is about to learn a lesson, yeah. They possibly, you know, could have realized, you know, they listened, you know, like to the wrong people. You know, like somebody, you know, could have, yeah, they could have listened to their mother, you know, and yeah, they realized, you know, that they, you know, listened, yeah, like even their mother was the wrong person to, you know, like listen to. Something is finished. Something's over. It's done. Yeah. If somebody's mom has passed away, somebody's mom is definitely, yeah, keeping a close eye on them, for sure. But there's also somebody that possibly, yeah, needs to, you know, like wake up because there is somebody or some people, you know, they like, yeah, they don't care about somebody. Maybe, you know, somebody, you know, told, you know, like somebody, yeah, you know, that they don't care about you. But, yeah, like somebody, you know, yeah, will go to the moon and the stars, you know, and back and go back to the moon and stars for somebody. Yep. There's also somebody that's about to learn a lesson about, yeah, positive moving forward. So somebody, you know, could be like praying, you know, yeah, and like, yeah, like, nah, you know. So yeah, like God could even be telling somebody like, nah, you gonna learn this lesson, and you about to watch, yeah, divine feminine, divine masculine, positively move forward. Yep, somebody, you know, is having, yeah, they're feeling worried, you know. But just be aware, because somebody definitely, yeah, is trying to win somebody back. There's somebody that's about to learn a lesson. There's somebody that, yeah, is in the process of learning a lesson. Ooh-wee. There's a lot of lessons around this. But at the end of the day, you know, that's what moons are about. You know, stepping stones, lessons. Yep. Somebody, you know, yeah, they could be, you know, like in a mental wreck, in a state of ruin and disorder. Somebody, yeah, something about, yeah, wrecking a car. Something about, yeah, somebody, you know, you're listening to the wrong people. Something about, yeah, AAA. We got an X's X, so there could be an X's X that's involved. Somebody, you know, could be, yeah, in a state of ruin and disorder. And it has something to do with an X's X. Somebody, you know, could have gotten in a wreck with an X's X. But somebody definitely, yeah, is in trouble with the law. Or somebody, yeah, is learning a lesson about, yeah, getting tied up in other people's drama. Somebody, you know, could have to, yeah, like surrender, you know what I mean, to the law, you know, give up to the law. Somebody definitely, yeah, could have to give up, you know, yeah, like trying to, you know, like project some, whatever they're projecting on to somebody, have to give up trying to, you know, place blame, you know, where, yeah, blame don't belong. Yeah, but somebody definitely, yeah, is ashamed, you know, of, you know, like, the decision that they made. So whoever this is in trouble with the law. They possibly, yeah, could be trying to figure out, you know, what decision that they're going to make moving forward. But they could also be deciding, you know, like to tell somebody, you know, the truth, or tell somebody whatever they have to tell somebody. Something about, yeah, like somebody's mama in the 90s. Yeah, somebody definitely is at a fork in the road when it comes to, yeah, like making some type of decisions. And when I split the day, look at their danger zone. Somebody entered into the danger zone. Yeah. And yeah, now they're at a fork in the road. Whoever this is, they definitely, yeah, we're letting ego run the show. So we got an official letter. So somebody, you know, could receive some type of official letter out here. I feel like this official letter, you know, could have something to do with, you know, like somebody being rejected, or somebody being told no, or something like that. But there could also be somebody, you know, that could be angry, you know, about somebody receiving, you know, like some information or some type of official letter. Because, yeah, there's somebody or some people that didn't want you to have it, but they didn't want it either, whatever that it is. So, yeah, somebody is being told to open up, because here comes the blessings. We got a friend of me, so there could be a friend of me involved. Somebody, you know, could have proof of, yeah, a friend of me. This all needs bail money. So there could be somebody, you know, that wants to ask for help, you know. Yeah, somebody needs bail money out here. So be aware. Whoever this is, they could have issues with dependency. This is somebody, you know, that somebody, you know, could have known for 10 years. Somebody, you know, could have been having issues with dependency, you know, like for 10 years. I don't know. Somebody's mama, you know, could, yeah, need bail money. An ex's ex, you know, a bitter ex. I don't know. But there's also somebody that, yeah, they need a much needed wake up call. So maybe, yeah, this much needed wake up call could be, yeah, like somebody getting locked up, or somebody, you know, like, yeah, like going through, you know, like some type of family tragedy. So there could be somebody, you know, that could be trying to put on a brave face out here. Somebody's words and actions definitely, yeah, don't match up. And there's somebody or some people, you know, that could be about to get a much needed wake up call, because, yeah, they're about to find out that somebody told the truth from the beginning. Whoever this is that feels rejected, you know, yeah, they could be trying to put on, you know, like a brave face, you know, going back to, you know, like somebody trying to win somebody back. We got an X. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with an X. Yeah, we got bail money, needs bail money. I don't know. Maybe this is somebody, you know, that somebody hasn't talked to, communicated with, yeah, in 10 years. Yeah, wanting to communicate with somebody, hollering about, yeah, I need bail money. What? But whoever this is, yeah, much needed wake up call. So this is somebody that definitely, yeah, could be jealous of somebody's growth, you know, hollering about, yeah, I need bail money. Yeah, this is the same one that, yeah, wants another chance, trying to win somebody back. Ooh-wee. We got an unexpected death. So there could be an unexpected death that could take place. Somebody thought, you know, that somebody, you know, was just going to, you know, dying, you know. I don't know. But going back to, yeah, going through a family tragedy. But somebody definitely is having nightmares about somebody. There's somebody that, yeah, they can't stop investigating somebody. I don't know if this is a bitter ex, you know, or and somebody's ex's ex. Yeah. Something could have happened 10 years ago, you know, and yeah, like somebody still, you know, investigating somebody, still keeping their eye on somebody. This is weird. Yeah, cowards do cowardly things. These are people that, yeah, operate in their south node. So, yeah, whoever this is operating in their south node, yeah, much needed wake up call. For 10 years, somebody, could have been paying strangers to do their dirty work. So that's how we started out. Dirty deeds, dirty jaws, dirty teeth, dirty mouth. Yep. But yeah, this much needed wake up call has something to do with, the power of choice. Yeah, everybody has, a yes and a no, I don't know. The power of choice, with the Ace of Swords and the funeral is like, like somebody, they done already made their decision, that they gonna, get in that casket, and go 6 feet under. Somebody, could be an empath out here. Somebody, they can't stop investigating, an empath. But it's something about, like somebody, having empathic abilities, and walking around saying that, like they're an empath, but like they're full of dirt, they're full of shit, So the power of choice, you can't unknow what you know, you can't unsee what you have saw, So some type of teachings, So somebody, they could have knew that they were an empath, but like if you're not gonna fully stand in that, in that energy and that power, then you can't. Ain't no sense in faking and frauding, So something about like somebody. There could be somebody, they could like find out, that like somebody's an empath or has empathic abilities. Somebody, they could have been missing the signs when it comes, like to their own, like empathic abilities, or it's just like like somebody walking around and saying that they're an empath or whatever, but like they're not doing, what empaths do, if that makes sense. So we have serious conversations. So somebody, could want to have, like a serious conversation with somebody, somebody, could, after 10 years, somebody wants to have a serious conversation. Or somebody, could have had a conversation with somebody, serious conversation with somebody 10 years ago, and they still didn't take heed to the serious conversation. But whatever, was about to take place, somebody, is being told you to accept whatever's coming with grace and gratitude. There's also somebody, that, they don't have to put their whole life on blast to get validation. So something about, social media. Social media is a monster. Once you put your life, on social media, you're going to have a lot of people, watching what you're saying, watching what you're doing, even the F to the B to the I, the local law enforcement, So something about, somebody needing bail money. I don't know. Somebody, could be facing, like 10 years. Somebody, could be trying to hire a lawyer. We got ringing ears. So you could, be having ringing ears, depending on what ear, is ringing, let you know, different information. So if your left ear is ringing, it's usually a sign of warning or negativity. If your right ear is ringing, it could be a sign of good news. So pay attention, like to your ringing ears. But somebody definitely, could have left some type of trail of evidence out here. Yep. Somebody's being told, like to, set goals and follow through, So something about, setting goals for the next 10 years. Or somebody, could have had a serious conversation with somebody and, they didn't listen. But there could be some type of argument, This argument, could lead to the truth about the past. And it's not good. Because there is somebody that definitely, acted irrational. And now they regret it. Somebody's mental well-being could be at risk. It could be because, they acted irrational, and now they regret it. Or something about, like putting somebody's mental well-being at risk. I don't know if this is a kid or if this is just people in general. But somebody's mental well-being is at risk, but I feel like like it's a choice. So, like, if you continue to go left, of course, like it's not a good route to go. So, you got to accept what comes with that route. But if you go right, that's a good route to go. So, you get to experience, the good stuff that happens when you go, right, the good road, not the bad road, So somebody acquired money by cutting corners and somebody done got caught. So somebody, could be, facing 10 years. I don't know. But whoever this is that acquired money, by cutting corners and they got caught, yeah, they're under judgment for judging somebody. This is also, too, acquired money by cutting corners. This could be, selling the drugs, selling the beefcake or the taco, yeah. And they being caught. But this is somebody that, judged somebody, for, doing whatever, they did, in their past or in their life in general. Whoever this is, they're under judgment. And, they're about to get a much-needed wake-up call. Or this could be multiple people, So somebody's mama, they could have acquired money by cutting corners, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So how you gonna judge somebody, for their, lifestyle choices, when, like you ain't even looked in the mirror, to, judge yourself, So somebody needs to know that, their ancestors are, proud of them, for sure. Somebody, could have, like, bit the hand that fed them for the last 10 years. So whoever this is that acquired money by cutting corners and then got caught, they possibly, could feel like all hope is lost, when it comes, to possibly, getting out, of this situation. Somebody, could be a master of public image out here. I feel like, somebody, that chose the good road, less traveled, if they're a master of public image, I feel like they're, helping the public in one way, shape, form, or fashion, somebody being an empath or somebody, using their, God-given gifts, to help other people. But whoever this is, they try to judge somebody, and like they want to be the master of public image, so they display their whole life for validation on social media. But they're about to get a much-needed wake-up call. So news travels fast. So there could be some information, that could be traveling really, really fast. Somebody could be 50 to 65 years old. One of somebody's ancestors, that are proud of somebody, could be 50 to 65 years old. Somebody's mama could be 50 to 65 years old. But confident people aren't afraid, to be themselves. So somebody's being told to stay fearless and courageous out here. You could be seeing the angel number 443. This is an invitation to pause, breathe, and tune into the blessings you're already experiencing in life. So somebody, they're about to be able to, like take some type of pause, breathe, just, enjoy, what, like the blessings, that are in front of them. But I feel like somebody, they chose not to, appreciate, the blessings that they already had in front of them. So, how about you don't have them? But somebody appreciates the small victories. So, somebody needs to get ready for a big one. But there is somebody, because their need for approval, it has them in a financial bind out here. So somebody's in a financial bind. Paying strangers to do their dirty work in a financial bind. Possibly, can't even pay the strangers that's doing their dirty work to do their dirty work. Somebody, could be in a financial bind and has something to do with, like a life or death situation. Or be aware, like somebody trying to, make up this whole story, I love you, I just want to be with you, only because, they're in a life or death situation. Or something about, going back to, that family tragedy. I mean, it could be a life or death situation, but the fact of the matter is, they got to take that up with God, and I don't feel like the God is hearing somebody at this time. And whatever was done, it's unrepairable out here. We got a spiritual connection, so I mean, this could be somebody, that, like somebody had a spiritual connection with. It's over. Yeah, somebody, you know, yeah, they could, you know, meet somebody else that they have a spiritual connection with, you know. Something about, yeah, the blessings that somebody is already experiencing, you know. So, yeah, some type of spiritual connection, you know, that somebody, you know, yeah, already has in their life. Or, yeah, just connection, you know, like, yeah, to their ancestors, you know, to, yeah, the Most High God. So, just be aware, because they're definitely, yeah, somebody that definitely, yeah, could be trying to, you know, like, change somebody's mind out here. We got a Virgo. So you could be a Virgo or have Virgo in your chart, or there's a Virgo involved. Yeah, Libra, Scorpio, Cusper. So somebody, you know, trying to pay strangers to do their dirty work, you know, yeah, this could be, you know, to, yeah, like get somebody to change somebody's mind. So I don't know, you know, if, yeah, like somebody, you know, was paying, you know, yeah, you know, play games, you know, with somebody's third eye, somebody's, you know, intuition or whatever, you know, yeah, they were trying to do, you know, like to get somebody's mind to change. But I feel like every time somebody comes back to investigate somebody's mind is still, you know, focused on their priorities, still focused on, yeah, the important things. But we got, yeah, open up. Here comes the blessings. So somebody is about to receive some blessings out here, and we do got Virgo season, so something definitely, yeah, could take place by Virgo season. Somebody that, yeah, is being told, you know, don't worry, just pray. I don't know, somebody, you know, could have some type of want to have a serious conversation about, yeah, this. We got a Sagittarius, so yeah, heavy Sagittarius out here. Somebody, you know, yeah, something about, yeah, somebody getting set up to get robbed. Somebody's in a bottomless pit. They can't get out. But just, you know, be aware. Yeah, we got false allegations and lies. So, yeah, somebody, you know, they could be in a bottomless pit, you know, and they can't get out because of these false allegations and lies. Somebody, you know, could have been paying strangers, yeah, to do their dirty work when it comes to spread some type of false allegations and lies. Yep. So there is somebody, you know, that could be trying to change somebody's mind. So, yeah, somebody, you know, is being told, you know, like to protect their energy out here. Because somebody possibly is going to be like, yeah, will you take some time to think it over? Yeah. Be aware, because somebody, yeah, somebody's trying to cause a diversion. So somebody, you know, could be trying to cause a diversion, you know, like to set up somebody to get robbed. So just be aware. I don't know if somebody, you know, yeah, trying to play on social media, trying to, you know, like act like that they're, you know, like somebody's ex or something like that to lure somebody, you know, reel somebody in, you know, whatever have you. So yeah, just be aware. Yeah, we got secret phone call. So somebody making some type of secret phone call out here. Somebody, you know, could have made a secret phone call because, yeah, they could have flipped sides like a pancake. So somebody, you know, could have made a secret phone call, you know, to the law enforcement, whoever, you know, they made. My bad, y'all. Whoever they made, you know, the phone call to, you know, to possibly, yeah, tell the truth. Before we keep going, let's see who's involved. We saw Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Cusper. Somebody's Chinese zodiac sign could be of a goat. Somebody, you know, could be coming in to offer some type of resources and stability, but just be aware. Somebody, you know, could be distant or, yeah, at a distance. Somebody's Chinese zodiac sign could be of an ox. Somebody's Chinese zodiac sign could be of a tiger. But somebody, yeah, somebody's third eye. We got a Scorpio, so there's a Scorpio involved. Libra, Capricorn. Somebody, you know, could be coming in, you know, as a partner or a companion. Somebody's family or yeah, somebody's family member or somebody's from somebody's past, their family could be involved. Somebody's Chinese zodiac sign could be of a dog. Something, yeah, short-lived. Or be aware, you know, of, yeah, like, you know, like, yeah, like, taking somebody back or get back with somebody. Yeah, they're only there for a good time, not a long time. But yeah, we got mirror. So something could be mirroring back to somebody. Somebody could be looking in the mirror. Somebody could be trying to do some type of mirror magic. We got a Pisces. So there's a Pisces involved. We got an Aries, so there's an Aries involved. Yeah, something could taking place in Pisces season or Aries season. Somebody could be a Pisces, Aries cusper. We got a masculine energy, so there's a masculine energy involved. We got a Virgo, so yeah, heavy Virgo out here. Yeah, twin flame. Something about, yeah, twin flame. Somebody's twin flame, could be, yeah, like the past. You know what I mean? We got a Leo, so yeah, heavy Leo out here. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, yeah. It could be the past. So somebody, could have already, gotten into, like a new situation, or, yeah, they have, a spiritual connection with somebody else, So it's kind of like, yeah, like somebody's past person trying to come in, when, yeah, like somebody, already has a new person or whatever have you. That's for somebody, not everybody. But yeah, somebody done flip sides like a pancake. And it definitely could have something to do with, yeah, like it's on statement, you know what I mean? But there's also, yeah, like some type of written communication that could be coming somebody's way. Or yeah, like somebody, like, yeah, like it's on statement, it's documented that, yeah, like the allegations were false, Yeah, it was just lies. But somebody definitely, yeah, is stuck without somebody's energy out here for sure. And we got an illegal business. So something about, yeah, an illegal business. Somebody, could have had an illegal business for the last 10 years. News could be traveling fast, about, yeah, illegal business. Illegal. Yeah, there is somebody that's refusing to move on. They are toxic out here. So I don't know, somebody, took some type of bad advice from, like a court official, and now, yeah, they're stuck. They feel like all hope is gone. But whoever this is, yeah, they're living with a large ego. Yeah, the justice system definitely is involved with something out here. So I don't know if somebody, wants to have a conversation, and to ask somebody, like what they think. Be aware. Yeah, we got dirty money. So somebody is involved with some type of dirty money. They could be trying to, like, clean up their dirty money out here. But whoever this is, yeah, they judge somebody, for whatever, they chose. So this is somebody, like they chose to, like, yeah, operate in their purpose, And so somebody don't like what somebody's doing as far as their purpose, which they need to take that up with God. But yeah, God ain't talking to them because they chose to, take the bad road, the road always travel. So yeah, now they're trying to clean up their dirty money. So they could be trying to ask somebody, that, yeah, like it's clean, a clean individual. Yeah, help me, clean up this dirty money. There's a depressed sister. Somebody's sister could be depressed. Somebody's sister, could be in a very dark place out here. Somebody's depressed sister could be depressed for judging somebody. Yeah, we got a guilty private investigator. So there's a guilty private investigator that can't stop investigating somebody, but they're guilty. What you investigating them for? You didn't have, yeah. So there could be a private investigator that was illegally surveillancing somebody. Yeah, they could have put a camera somewhere, yeah, just to watch somebody. I don't know. This is weird, y'all. We got a brother. So there's a brother involved. Somebody's brother and sister could have been trying to cause some type of diversion, Or be aware. Yeah. Don't sink to their level. We got court hearing. So there could be some type of court hearing that could be about to take place. Somebody, could, yeah, be about to receive a big victory in court. We got a Sagittarius, Capricorn, Cusper. So there's a Sagittarius, Capricorn, Cusper that's involved. Yeah, but cowards do cowardly things. So yeah, whoever these people are, they know that they're cowards. Somebody knows that they had a spiritual connection with somebody as well. And yeah, they went against that spiritual connection. They went against, yeah, I feel like somebody definitely, yeah, went against some type of this could be, you know, like, yeah, like somebody knew, you know, somebody ain't dumb out here, so they knew what they were doing, you know. They knew that they had a spiritual connection with somebody, or they knew that somebody was was their twin flame or whatever have you, and they definitely went against that person. Yeah, whoever this is, they're in South Node. There's somebody or some people that are trying to change your mind. They want you to, you know, operate in your South Node. They want you to operate in the past version of you. So be aware. There is a door that has closed, but there is another one that is opening for somebody. Somebody, you know, could like live in the South, or something about, like somebody, you know, maybe somebody, you know, they're wanting to move to the South. Maybe they don't live in the South, they want to move to the South. Somebody could be trying to change somebody's mind. So just be aware. But we got too many problems and not enough solutions. So there's somebody that has too many problems and not enough solutions. Whoever these people are, they're in your rear view and you're in the fast lane. There is a past dweller out here that, they can't let go of what happened in the past. But whoever this is, they're the one that's at a fork in the road when it comes to some type of decision. And this person also, could be receiving some type of karma. But, it's also, too, you know, like somebody, you know, could have had a conversation with somebody in the past. It's like, the karma that you, you know, get back, you know, depends on, if you do good or you do bad. So, a boomerang definitely, returns back to the person that throws it. Somebody, you know, could be trying to use, like people that somebody don't even know, you know, to change their mind. Or, somebody using people, you know, that they don't even know to do their dirty work. So, how's that work out for you? So, now somebody's trying to put on a brave face. It could be because, you know, they could have had some type of epiphany. But somebody or some people thought that, somebody wouldn't change, but somebody did. And that's why somebody, you know, was, receiving, you know, like some good karma. There are some people that thought somebody wouldn't change, you know, and they possibly, could have, you know, like try to wrongly, you know, get somebody convicted of a crime. So somebody, you know, could have, when they operated in their South Node, you know, in the past, they definitely, could have been in the deep South Node, you know. So, people were trying to use the past, you know, to get somebody, you know, convicted of a crime. And somebody, you know, can't stop investigating somebody. Somebody is so overly curious about somebody's life, you know. And so, because somebody's overly curious about somebody's life, you know, the person or people that thought that somebody wouldn't change, and they seen that somebody made a complete transformation, then they want to start bragging. But somebody's boastful bragging, has them facing federal charges. Ooh. Anything else? Yep. And then on top of that, Archangel Michael was like, who want it? Who ready? These people wanted war, you know what I mean? They just didn't know that, Archangel Michael comes with a whole spiritual army. Tearing some people up. Somebody's a dreamer and a doer out here. And, somebody told the truth from the beginning. Yep. So the fact of the matter is, you can be a dreamer and a doer, you know, and you don't have to put your whole life on blast to get validation. So somebody put their whole life on blast to get some type of validation, and and they were also boastfully bragging, and so their boastful bragging has them facing federal charges. Don't sink to their level. So somebody wants somebody to put their whole life on blast to get validation. Don't sink to their level. Somebody already told the truth from the beginning. So what else needs to be explained? We got bad health diagnosis. So somebody, you know, could have some type of bad health diagnosis. Somebody, you know, could have already knew that somebody had a bad health diagnosis. Somebody could have already, somebody told the truth from the beginning. Somebody could have told the truth from the beginning that they had some type of mental health, you know, diagnosis. You know what I mean? While somebody, you know, was trying to judge somebody, they're being judged. Yep. But don't sink to somebody, whoever this is level, because they definitely could be telling somebody's business to everybody, you know, that wants to hear it. But somebody has a warrior spirit, so this has already happened, you know. So that's old news. What's new, pussycat? Do you got anything new? Y'all can't stop investigating somebody, you know. Yeah, y'all so worried about somebody else's life. Y'all just, yeah. So I feel like what somebody or some people's doing is because somebody's new life is so amazing, you know. Yeah, they want to, they want to make somebody's life look like it's not amazing, you know. They want to poke the sleeping bear, you know. They want to, get somebody to operate in their south node. Yeah, don't sink to their level. Yeah, and the fact of the matter is, you can't change people. It's okay to outgrow them. Yeah, somebody, you already know the answer. There's people that smile up in your face, but they really want to take your place. So yeah, they want to take your place, so they'll go talk about you like a dog, you know. Yeah. When you're the dog walker, you feel me? But we got a best friend, so there's a best friend that's involved. There's a two-faced friend. Yeah. Don't sink to these people level. Somebody, they somebody's hiring a lawyer out here. Or somebody, would benefit, like with hiring a lawyer. But yeah, people are mad because somebody chose the good road, the road less traveled. Yeah. And somebody, has handled failure with grace and used it as a stepping stone. But yeah, somebody, they're living in old memories. They're having, nightmares about, the past. Somebody's reminiscing about, the old days. Somebody wants somebody to reminisce about the old days. People sitting around reminiscing about the old days where they need to, worry about the next 10 years of their life. So either way it goes, some people's hidden intentions will be revealed, and they know it. Yeah, and they're stressed to the max. People definitely, could have been trying to stress somebody to the max, and somebody's exhibiting, mental strength out here. Yeah. While someboody stressed to the max while they're out here doing, all this stuff that they've been doing, their foundations are also crumbling. They thought that, your foundation was going to crumble. But their desire for quick and easy results has them in a jam. So, there could be some type of argument that definitely, leads to the truth about the past. And, whatever happened in the past, it ain't good. Excuse me, y'all. We got a Sagittarius. So heavy Sagittarius out here. Whoever the Sagittarius is, they could be avoiding somebody. Or there could be multiple people, that could be avoiding somebody. But we got, the full moon. So today starts the full moon. So for somebody, today, somebody possibly, could admit that something is true out here. There's an upset father involved. Somebody's father, could have passed away. Their father, their passed away father could be upset. But we got signed, sealed, and delivered. So somebody, could receive like a letter. Because somebody thought, they were going to be able to cross somebody's personal boundaries without consequences. Somebody wants me to stop talking. Shut up. But somebody possibly, needs to, realize that, like it's time to draw the line out here. Some type of money spell, love spell, health spell, could have backfired. Somebody could have a legal recording of somebody. We got blocked from social media. So somebody, it's time to, block somebody from social media. Or this is somebody, that has been blocked from, somebody's social media. But we got caution. So somebody definitely, needs to use caution. But I feel like that, whoever these people are, they were already cautioned, they were already warned. Or they crossed the line, crossing personal boundaries, thinking that they weren't going to get any consequences. So somebody definitely needs to know that, there is a financial payment that is coming. So somebody just needs to, stay focused on their goals, There's a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo that's involved. Somebody, could have manipulated some type of paperwork. So be aware, because somebody, you know, could be trying to, yeah, like pay somebody, you know, to, yeah, like act like it never happened. So just be aware. Or yeah, somebody, you know, yeah, paying strangers to do their dirty work. Yeah, they could have, you know, like paid some people to manipulate some paperwork. Either way it goes, yeah, somebody's boastful bragging has them, yeah, facing federal charges. So, I mean, there could be somebody, you know, that wants to have a serious conversation with somebody, but it's only because, you know, yeah, like they're stuck and they can't get out. Somebody possibly, yeah, needs some bail money, you know. But yeah, just don't stoop to these people's levels, because somebody's trying to change somebody's mind. You know, they want somebody to operate in their South Node. They want somebody to help them to clean up their dirty money or whatever they're trying to do. They're really trying to make somebody miss out, yeah, on their blessings. Trying to cause diversions, you know, so that somebody won't be able to receive, you know, yeah, whatever, you know, is coming somebody's way. So, as I always say, y'all, keep your head held high and your middle finger higher, and everything's going to turn out in your favor. With that being said, y'all, that's been your message. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.